Yeah, I had a shower. This is the shower. This, this grime won't come off. So I turn it on. It doesn't pull out or in. There's no knob. This, I switched to this. It doesn't turn on. Yeah, I had a shower. Thanks for nothing.
Hello, everybody. In today's video, we have such an exciting announcement. Continuous Facebook drama between the one, the only, the most entertaining girl in school, the most popular YouTuber in all the land, Pookie Reed, Amber Reed, and her mom. We're going to go over all the old drama and take a look at what's still going on. Why is Amber so mean to mommy? Also, the real star of the show is Foodie Beauty is lying about showering. She clearly stated that she was showering, but she wasn't. What a big surprise. Can somebody explain to me lying in the beginning of your live stream only to tell the truth later? That apartment must be lovely to be at, huh, Chantal? Also, Chantal is raging on her community page and has gotten a new cat. Why do people who mistreat their animals continue to insist on getting new cats? We have Amber, we have Foodie. It's an exciting time to be alive. All right, if you couldn't tell already by this ridiculous intro, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only. Please do not take anything I say seriously. I'm sharing my opinions, not facts, and publicly accessible information. First made public by public figures. Please don't go to their channels and leave them mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, so I wanted to discuss with you. First of all, do you all know that Amber and her mom are still not friends on Facebook? Now, here's the thing. Obviously, they have a fantastic, amazing relationship, and she takes her everywhere, and they're constantly hanging out, right? We know that they're constantly hanging out at bingo and all that other stuff, but why not become friends on Facebook again? It just says that something is off there, and I'm going to give you an example as to why. So Amber did address this. She said that she took mommy off of Facebook, although I don't believe her. I think mommy took you off of Facebook, and not for the reason that Amber says, but Amber said it was because of a hater. Does that even make any sense? Like that in and of itself. That's what Amber actually said. Pookie. That doesn't make any sense. Can I call you Pookie, Amby? It doesn't make any sense because Amber's whole career is only in existence because of people that have a negative interest in her. So if you're watching her and you don't care for her videos, then you're making her money, right? Okay. The most amount of people that make her money are not the people that actually care for her videos. It's the people that do not care for them, right? Okay. So removing mommy off of Facebook because of one person, literally, as Hans Christian Ambelin would say, makes absolutely zero sense. So what's behind door number 2? Why are you guys not friends on Facebook? Now, before somebody comes here and says Facebook friendship doesn't matter, it's not an indication of anything, I will agree with you, okay? Because people will say, well, I'm not friends with, 17 frogs or my mommy on Facebook. That's fine. But the thing is that for Amber, it does matter. And the reason for that is because she's very into social media. For people who are chronically online, the deterioration in their relationship is first spotted online. Meaning that for somebody as online as her all the time, of course, them not being friends and not, this is really important, not re-adding each other means something. Don't let her BS fool you when she says, oh, I'm off of social media. Yeah, publicly, but meaning like she won't post. That's what I mean by publicly. She constantly is on Facebook. She's clearly constantly on Instagram and TikTok reading, replying. And there's been evidence of that, replying to messages, not anything public. There's been evidence of that when you see her lurking and her fake accounts and her even saying, I mean, in her members only live stream, she actually said that she went on Instagram and messaged somebody like that is on her members list. So just think about that. The point is, social media 100% matters to this person. So somebody like her who cares so deeply about social media, why wouldn't she put mommy back on Facebook? It's not an oversight. To me personally, it means something. I want to tell you something. It's not exactly the same thing, but I want to tell you something. You ever know that sometimes, like, you ever heard of when a relationship is crumbling? A romantic one, for example. What happens is The first sign is that the person takes away that they're in a relationship or married to that person. They hide it. And if they don't hide it, they, you know what they do? They like remove it, like fully remove it, that they're in a relationship with that person, right? Which links your two accounts together and just says that they're married or in a relationship. This is the first sign. So for the people who live on the internet, who are very chronically online, that's a first sign. For other people who don't live on the internet, who are not chronically online, who don't care, it doesn't matter. You understand what I'm trying to say here? Amber lives chronically online. Even if she's not posting, she's watching. Remember this.
You know it. You know I'm gonna manipulate out of you and you're gonna eat it up.
Even if she's not posting, she's watching. So my point is, her not adding mommy back or mommy not adding Ambi back on Facebook means something. And I'm 100 on this. She's not going to admit to it. She's not going to do anything to it. But this is coming. In the future, this is coming. Now, before we get into the typical shading stuff of what she does to her mom, I just want to say something. Look, I'm going to stipulate to this. I understand why Amber resents both of her parents, and I can't blame her for it, and I'm not going to in this video. That's not what this video is about. I know that she resents her parents, and I get why she trashed her parents for 10 plus years on YouTube because of the childhood that she had. I think any person would resent their parents, and I'm not blaming her for it. And again, this is not what this video is about. Let's just take a quick look at all the times that she shaded her mother. This seems the most upsetting to me. She outed her mom in her video. She later said, oh, mommy didn't, oh, she didn't, she was fine with it. Like, she was fine with me posting it. No, she wasn't. So I don't think this got enough traction, and it should have. I don't think enough people talked about it, and they should have. It was a year ago. She outed her own mother. That is wild to me and inappropriate and says where her intentions lie. I don't think I really need to say any more about it. If you've ever been outed, you'll understand me. You understand what I'm saying? Why do that on your YouTube channel when you don't even have an audience that enjoys your content? Now, here's the thing. A lot of her audience enjoys her mother. So why would you disrespect her like that and do that? And the mother was visibly uncomfortable when she brought this up. Why would you out your own mom? Terrible, unacceptable. She has talked about mom having gray hair. She has discussed, well, she's basically put on camera, not edited out, a lot of very inappropriate stuff, like that mom can't afford, like a protein drink or something like that. Like, why would you put on camera that mom can't afford that? Mom said that herself. Fine. Mom doesn't understand the way, maybe, in my opinion, the way that YouTube works. She just said it because she was just having a conversation with you. You should have edited it out. Constantly saying that her mother wasn't there for her, even now, and talking about how her mother went to prison. So Amber has an entire video listing off her mother's charges. And yes, she does defend her mom in that video, but she is, again, pointing out about all her mom's charges in prison and making it public for everyone. You should have never made that video because a lot of people didn't know about it. Just because Jordy actually went ahead and read out your mom's public charges, you made an entire video talking about them. The point is, the person that has trashed your mom the most on the internet has been you. She's still doing it. Last week's live stream, I talked about this. She talked about her mother's prison sentence. Oh, how it adds to her lore. Again, talking about how mommy supposedly told people, I'm so glad I can, pretty much be Amber's caretaker and take Ambi everywhere. Can I call you Pookie? Because I wasn't there for her as a child. Is your mom actually really saying all of these things, or are you throwing it in her face? Here's my bottom line on this situation. Your mom is your full driver, full chauffeur. I don't think, I'm going to be real with you. I try to look at this in a realistic way where I can see all the sides to this. Mom is probably happy that she can be rebuilding her relationship with her daughter. And I totally agree with that. She should rebuild her relationship with her daughter. And I'm happy that they are, if they are. But Amber is still snarky and still saying negative things about mommy, even though without mommy now you can't survive. Here's the thing. I don't think it's a big deal that mommy takes takes her grocery shopping because mommy's going grocery shopping anyways. And if somebody tags along, like her daughter, it doesn't matter. So I don't fault Amber for doing that, whatever. But mom has to take you to the vet. Mom has to take you to the doctors. Mom has to spend Mother's Day at night, all night long in the ER. Your mother has to take you to every single doctor's appointment, and your long-suffering pets and the sole survivor, Wasabi, to the vet. My point is, I think it's too much that your mom is doing for you. Imagine you're living your life. You're almost retired, almost, not yet. A quiet life. You've rebuilt your life. You are, having a much better life than before, like her mom. And then your daughter comes and you have to do absolutely everything for her. You have to give her, like when she was on, whatever, Ozempic, you have to help her with that. You have to do everything for her. Her mother actually does a very large portion for her. Basically, she's her ride. She's her nurse. She's her everything. At the end of the day, this is too much. And yet you still don't have mommy on Facebook friends list. I'm telling you, there has to be a reason for that. And it's more than just, a hater. My point is, it's understandable why Amber still resents her parents. I get it. Like I said, I can't blame her for resenting them for not being there for her during her childhood. It is different to constantly trash her mom. That is what I'm trying to say to you. She is still trashing her mother every chance she gets. Is it really important for us to continue to hear that your mom wasn't there for you as a child and that she was in prison at this point, this late in the game? Most of us know she was in prison, and most of us understand that she wasn't there for you as a mom when you were younger. At what point do you stop outing her? Do you stop degrading her? Like, she's always jealous, and I'm gonna no one's gonna take this away from me. I will always believe this. She's always jealous of side characters that get a lot of love on her channel. She's jealous. Her mother's getting a lot of love on the channel. So I believe there is Facebook drama between them. I believe that this is indicative of something else that's going on. I know people will say, well, so what? I'm not friends with my daughter on Facebook too. You could save saying that because this woman, Amber, chronically online. There's a reason for it. I think eventually there will be more rifts that will be publicized. They will first be private, then they will be public. That's my opinion. Why does Amber continue to constantly trash her mother and shade her mother when you don't have to anymore? By the way, Amber, a big part of rebuilding the relationship is healing, is letting go. If you continue to say what a horrible mom your mom used to be, what would be the point? And by the way, for those of you that are going to say, because I'm sure this is coming, well, she had it bad with her mom. I've already addressed that. And, it's okay to say this. Remember that she's very careful with language. She makes sure that she doesn't say the majority of things, and she's always hiding things. Very careful and manipulative with language. Why is somebody who's super, super, super careful and manipulative with language, why does someone like that continue to say, mom wasn't there for me, mom was in prison? Why? Especially when it's known already. It's because she's meaning to say it. She's very careful and manipulative and is picking her words and choosing her words wisely. She's still talking about mom not being there for her, still talking about how mom was in prison, even though mom is your sole caretaker, even though without mom, you can't even visit the dentist. Mom is there for you during the dentist, the vet, the ER, every single moment. And for somebody and this is the most important thing in this video, for somebody who is so careful about the words that she chooses to say, because remember, she's not telling you the majority of what's going on in her life. Thank God, because I don't want to hear about it. But what I'm saying is somebody who's manipulative with language and chooses her words very carefully, the point is she's choosing her words to shade her mother very carefully because she wants to shade her. That's the bottom line. I really, really, really do think that there's a very large difference between putting responsibility and culpability where it really belongs. Like, yes, you weren't there for me as a child. I get it. To embarrassing her mom every single day. You're never going to move past anything if you continue to embarrass your mother. You do understand that you're embarrassing her like this publicly in front of a very large audience. It's never going to stop. One day they are going to stop fully speaking and they are going to have a problem. And you'll mark my words on this. Why is she not re-adding her mother on Facebook? That seems odd to me for somebody who's chronically online. Okay, Chantal has actually gotten a new cat. Name is Smokey. This is really terrible. You mistreat all of your animals. You do not take care of them until it's too late.
The fact that you think I mistreated BBJ, she was my everything.
I also shaved her butt today because she had like mats. She had like long unruly fur.
I never took my pets to the vet, barely, unless they were sick. I never took my pets to the vet.
And even then, you don't. You are not a good pet parent, and this is unfortunate. She said that she got the cat, that the cat was on its way, so I doubt that the cat was adopted. Here are some community page posts that she made, all about how she's a neglectful pet owner. Where am I a neglectful pet owner? Because BBJ's nails, but not Sam's, were overgrown while I was away and didn't know. And
to also get her nails taken care of.
I never took my pets to the vet, barely, unless they were sick.
To also get her nails taken care of. When I was in Kuwait, I video timed with my roommate who was taking care of my pets for me, and I asked him to show me her nails. At the time, it was a little hard to see, but they looked fine to me.
Like whenever I was in Kuwait, I had Pete on video, like show me her BBJ's nails, and they looked like decent, like they were getting along, but like decent and like they were getting along,
and did not know. But yet she was well taken care of for 21 years. Oh, and not to mention Julia. She's so neglected. You're neglected. She's fixed, gets her nails trimmed on the regular, displays nothing but loving behavior. Her litter and food are always clean. She's microchipped and vaccinated. So the problem with Julia is that she was not spayed for years. She had suffered for years. You have videos on it, Chantal. You have live streams. I have videos on it throughout the years where your cat was very uncomfortable. You refused to spay her for years. Yeah, you fixed her, but only now. So it doesn't matter. So yeah, spin also to the people claiming this on their channels. You do not know that's actually defamation. It can easily be proven. And now that I'm in Canada, I'd be leaving me alone because you're going too far. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my new pet coming Friday that will be loved and well taken care of. Yeah. So for those of you that don't watch her live streams, because I have been watching them, she actually said that she can't sue anybody. What a big surprise. Not only do you not have money to sue Chantal, suing is about having emotional intelligence, staying in the game, and also having money. Without money, you can't sue. So she actually said in her live streams, oh, what am I going to do? Sue everybody. Also, BBJ had chronic kidney issues because she is old. Her vet told me that. Why would I believe a woman who says that her cat that she gave away to the first person that wanted her, right? Why would I believe a woman like you, Chantal, when you said you showered, but then 20 minutes later said your shower doesn't work? I don't believe the vet told you anything. So she was prone to UTIs because of this. You people know nothing. And no, the villa was not unsafe. Also, that was years ago. There has never been an incident with Julia, so get a life. Well, the thing is that you refuse to to spay her for years. I mean, how can you say there were no incidents with Julia? By the way, I've already posted the proof in this video that obviously she did mistreat BBJ. Look, when FFG rescued BBJ, Foodie Beauty's old cat, what happened is there were lots of issues with her kidneys, with constant UTIs, with her teeth. She had a lot of things stuck to her. Look, it's very detrimentally, you mistreated that cat and ignored her. And you did know that her nails were getting long for a very long time. It's your own clip, Chantal. It's very unfortunate that she has a new cat. Don't worry, she will abandon and rehome Smokey as well. Here's a community page post about how the Kuwait arc is over, but now and inshallah we will be reunited sooner than later. I must be patient and not emotional this time. I need to focus on myself. You and your fake husband are never going to be reunited. Chantal, listen, woman to woman, that guy's just not that into you. I can always feel it, okay? He's just not that into you. He was with you for the 9,000 that you gave him. Please, girl, bye. This will come back to you. What goes around, Kermit's around. And here she is begging for money. Well, she's finally in a country where begging for money is free. Edit, okay. I think I figured the list out and I might give it a shot. Hi, guys. So, a lot of people have been urging me to make a wish list on Amazon. Who? The 3 people? And even though most people say it's safe hiding address wise, I'm just too paranoid. Chantal, I don't really know what you mean. You're acting brand new, like you just got on the internet. People probably already figured out your landlord's name and where you live. Who even cares? You know, Chantal, when you live stream from your house, that kind of thing happens. I'm just too paranoid, but you can send me to my PayPal and I will order myself some things for the new place. You can check Canada Amazon, send me the link and PayPal messages. So here she is begging for donations. Well, at least it's legal. Honestly, what are you going to do if your YouTube channel gets deleted because of all the TOS violations that you've been having lately? Guess you won't be able to beg for money then. I've been watching Foodie Beauty's live streams that she's been doing. She's going live a lot because she has a very fulfilled life. So basically, she is live streaming and raging, and I've been taking notes, and I will be discussing with you things that I found interesting, okay? First things first, the audacity of this person to blatantly lie to their audience in one stream. You know, lying is lying, but why would you do it so badly and then expect people to believe you? To come on the internet and be like, I just had a shower, and then 23 minutes later be like, can't even turn my shower on. It's broken. I don't know how to turn it on. Who lies in the span of 23 minutes only to get found out? It's like her and Amber have absolutely no idea what's going on. Unbelievable. Okay, there's a moment in one of her live streams where she says, it doesn't matter how I'm dressed, I'm still me. I beg your pardon, the way that you're dressed is all smoke and mirrors. You're pretending to be somebody that you're not, okay? And she even says how, you know, she went to live in Kuwait because she wanted to get a cleaner life and she wanted to escape her dirty life, but those are her words, not mine. I don't even care enough to say that. But she says that she never really changed. That's my point. That's been my point for all the years she's lived in Kuwait. The image that she is projecting is called smoke and mirrors. It's not real. She didn't really change her religion. She didn't really change anything. She's pretending. And it's sad that you continue to pretend that you're somebody that you're not when we all know who you are. Do you understand, Chantal, that when you pretend to be someone that you're not, the only person that you're fooling is yourself because it's not us? That was just amazing to me that she actually had enough audacity to say that. Okay, so I told you for years that she was faking what she's showing you, the visual representation, and there you go, there's proof, as if it wasn't obvious. So she doesn't want people, okay? She doesn't want people to send her any Amazon gifts or Amazon wish list because she doesn't want people to find out where she lives. However, she was trying to dox people. She wanted to know the names of the people in the comments to dox them. Chantal, not only is this against the terms of service, but I promise you when you get your YouTube channel deleted for continuously violating them, you are going to be sorry forever. You're never going to get your channel back like in the past. You understand what I'm saying? She's literally asking for people to give her the names, the information of the people commenting the things she doesn't like. Chantal, how old are you? Like, not only is this absolutely in poor taste, but it shows what kind of person you are. If it is that you want to dox random commenters, why is it that nobody can dox you? I think doxing is the lowest form of anything. I think doxing is terrible, and it shows the kind of person that you are if you participate in that. So Chantal always shows us who she is. She then, there's a few moments where she can barely speak. Guess why? She does something off screen, and she says that she can't do it on screen because it's against the TOS. Yes, she's back to Canada, back to being exactly who she is. She continues to rage about reaction channels, saying inappropriate things about them. And Chantal, if you continue to say certain things that are against the TOS, your channel will be deleted. That's common sense, but I guess common sense is not so common. So she like spends a long time raging against reaction channels, people that talk about her. And then she says that she can't believe that people are contacting shelters because they don't want her to adopt a cat. If you don't know, Foodie Beauty's gonna, well, I don't know, adopt is a strong word. Sounds like she bought one because she said the cat is on the way. Doesn't sound like an adoption to me, but who knows? Maybe she's lying. Anyways, so she says, I'm getting a cat and there's nothing that you can do about it, right? Okay. Now, let's just stop right here. She doesn't understand and she's upset that people are trying to stop her from adopting a cat. Let's just stop here. Now, I'm going to tell you something, okay? This is a person that believes that she can take care of a cat, just like Amber does, right? Chantal cannot take care of herself. Now, I will give her one little tiny point and say that she could probably take care of herself better than Amber can take care of herself. But Chantal, again, just like Amber, doesn't understand social cues and what is happening in reality. For example, she's been sitting around without a shower, without anything, miserable for weeks, a week now or something like that, without AC, no air conditioning. And remember when I first talked about this, I said, well, how is she going to be without air conditioning? Most people need AC, but a person that has such serious health issues like her definitely needs AC. So now she's getting an AC. So you mean to tell me you can take care of a cat without, like, you're very good to go to take care of a cat. You don't even understand that you need AC. Now she's getting AC. Okay, listen to this. I literally, as Hans Christian Ambelin would say, I forgot to say this. So Foodie Beauty fell and broke a bunch of her toes. She refuses to go to the doctor. This has been going on for a while. Now, before somebody comments and says, oh, who cares? You don't have to go to the doctor when you have broken toes. It's probably better to see a physician when you broke your toes, especially in Foodie's case. Foodie has diabetes. Foodie has serious issues with her health. It's probably best to see a doctor when you're already very ill. And by the way, the reason that I say very ill is because she doesn't take care of her diabetes. Sometimes she's on medicine, sometimes she's not. I can't tell you, unfortunately, this is sad, how many people I've known that didn't take care of their diabetes and they're no longer with us. The point is, if you broke your toes and you're all bruised, you need to see if you don't have anything else that's sprained or broken. You need x-rays. She refuses to go see a doctor. Nobody knows why. It's free healthcare. And why did I bring all of this up? To say that there is no way that a person that won't go see a doctor when they fell and they're ill and they're all bruised and they have broken limbs, and you have broken toes, there's no way that a person like that can take care of a cat. You can rage about the fact that people don't want you to get a cat all you like, but you mistreated your other animals and you mistreat this one. You abandoned Julia. So I want to talk to you about a situation that's going on in Pokemon Go that I find people's opinions on this just something that I really disagree with a lot. And I wanted to talk to you about it. And I just think the ideas that some people are presenting are just wrong. I'm just going to say it. I think their opinions are wrong. This is just my opinion. It's not a fact, but I'm 100 on what I'm saying, okay? So I want to start off by telling you that just in case you don't know, Pokemon Go is a game that you could be a free to play player, meaning that you don't have to spend a single dollar on it. You could still play it. Or you could be a person that is a pay to play player. Okay, that would be me, and that would be a lot of people. It is a person that is like obviously spending money. Let's just get this right off the bat straight so that we're very clear on the rest of the commentary. In Pokemon Go, when you pay money, you get rewards that other people don't get. And I know that some of you will say, Karina, this is just common sense. Why are you saying this? Because I have to say it for the interesting things that are coming next. So obviously in this game, when you pay, there's like tickets constantly for each event where you pay for the ticket. People that don't pay for the ticket don't get as much of what you're getting or the type of rewards that you're getting. Here's a basic feature, okay, of Pokemon Go, where if you pay Pokemon Go, you get something that other people don't get. If you want to raid, you have to pay if you want to raid remotely. And eventually, even if you want to pay to like raid like where you're currently like situated at, you do have to pay. So raiding is the perfect example of where you actually have to pay to get some Pokemons. There's a chance to get a Pokemon because you don't always catch the Pokemon. That's for another time. All right. So when you raid, for example, you are definitely paying Pokemon Go in order to have a chance to get a Pokemon. And the people that do not pay Pokemon Go do not have at all as many chances or at all. Okay. That would be, I would say, the cornerstone, like the hallmark of Pokemon Go, that I thought that it was very common sense that with Pokemon, when you pay them, you get things that other people that don't pay them get. And I find the rest of this video just like, well, the rest of the stuff I got to tell you is just wild. Okay. I just wanted to set it up like that because just in case you don't play or just in case you don't know about the game, I promise you that just wait. Okay. Just wait, because like it is, I thought it was common sense that when you pay in this game, you get things that other people don't. That's why they offer you the option, in my opinion, to pay to get stuff that's special. Okay. All right. Now, very soon, I think next week, there is going to be something that is going to be released. It is called the Golden Bottle Cap. And this is a feature that allows you to take any Pokemon that you want, whether it's shiny or it's not shiny, no matter what the IVs of the Pokemon are, no matter what the stats are, if they are a 0 Pokemon, if they are a 90% Pokemon, if they're a 99% Pokemon, if they have no attack, stamina, defense, if they have some of it, and it lets you create it into a hundo or a shundo. A hundo is 100% IV, a perfect Pokemon, and a shiny one is the same thing. It's called a shundo, and it is, in my personal opinion, a shundo, a shiny perfect Pokemon, is the most coveted usually in the game and the hardest to get. I only have a few. I've been playing for a while. Okay. You have to pay $20 for this. It's part of a pass that you buy. And what you have to do, I'm just going to explain the whole thing. If you buy the $20 pass, what happens is you get to pick any Pokemon you have. Let's say you have a shiny Pokemon and you know what? It has very bad stats, right? It's a 0, it's a 2, it's a 3, whatever. And you can, by doing tasks called hyper training, okay, by working on it, and you have, I believe, a year to work on it, you can create it into a shundo, a shiny, perfect Pokemon. Or you could take any Pokemon you want and make it just like a hundo, which is non-shiny, perfect Pokemon, okay? And what hyper training is that you have to do tasks with the Pokemon that you pick. Like if you want to just move up the defense, or you want to move up the health, or whatever you want to move up, whatever stats of the Pokemon you want to move up, okay? You have to work on it, all right? So I think I've explained that pretty clearly. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me just put it in a very, very, very nice way. There are people that believe that this is not a pay to play feature and that it's not just you pay Pokemon Go $20 and you get a shundo. They believe that because they're making you work for it a bit, it's not just, you pay them for a shundo. You pay them for a shiny 100% IV because you have to hyper train the Pokemon, right? That's what some people believe that are involved, right? They think that, just as long as because you're working on this Pokemon, that I'm going to be as respectful as possible and say that this is just not true, and I disagree with these people's opinions. I think these people's opinions are wrong. That's my opinion. And I almost never say that a person's opinion is wrong, because how can a person's opinion be wrong, right? But in this situation, what is going on? This feature that I am talking about is exactly that. It is paying for a shundo with a little bit of work. Of course, it is, I give you $20, I can make a shundo. I give you $20, I can make a shundo. Now, they make a big deal in general, like Pokemon Go is making a big deal about how, it's a very rare item, this golden bottle cap, and they're going to give it to you rarely, maybe once a year. By the way, there's also some talk, some people have discovered, nothing official yet, that there's possibly a silver bottle cap, which allows you to move maybe the stats a little bit. I'm not going to go into that, but the point is, it's not something that you could purchase every day. Fine. I want to make this clear. I can't understand how anyone is going around publicly or even privately and believing that that this feature is not a I'm giving you $20 and in return I'm buying a shundo. Most people will make a shundo out of this. Some people will make a hundo, but most people will make a shiny 100% IV in exchange for $20. I think you're charging too low. If you give me a bunch of shundos, I'll pay $200. That's the way that I feel. The point is, it's not the end of the world, $20. Is it a lot for a Pokemon Go ticket? Yeah. But by the way, I don't even understand the drama surrounding this because the Pokemon Go, like Go Fest tickets are more than that. They can be more than that, way more than 20. My point here is this. If anyone out there is truly believing that this is not I bought a shundo for $20 from Pokemon Go, then you're not seeing the situation clearly. In my humble personal opinion, it's not a fact, but I'm 100 on this. Yes, my opinion is not a fact, but I can't understand how anyone is denying the obvious nature of the situation. I give you $20 and in exchange, I have the option to make a shundo. Therefore, I bought a shundo from Pokemon Go. And I think that it's okay to say that. This is a business and people want to make money. And it's not a wild shaka that after all these years of people wanting shundos, there's people that don't have a single shiny perfect Pokemon. A bunch of people will do it. A bunch of people will say, we're not going to do it. This is too much money. I don't care about this, whatever. But I just feel like reality is a good place to be in. The other thing I wanted to say about this is that I've seen a lot of people obviously give their opinions and their advice to other people, Pokemon Go players, just in general on YouTube and otherwise, where people are actually telling other people not to create a shundo, a shiny 100% IV Pokemon out of a Pokemon that is like maybe 98, 96. Like basically what that means in Pokemon terms is a shiny Pokemon that is almost a perfect Pokemon, almost a hundo. Well, there's a bunch of people on YouTube telling other people, hey, don't waste your golden bottle cap on something that is almost a shundo because almost a shundo is a shundo. That's what I've actually heard people say. I'm going to have to say that I respectfully disagree. That is the most ridiculous thing. Let's talk about all the people that almost got married, almost got into that school of their choice. Almost cooked a meal. I almost bought a pie, but I bought cheese instead. Let's ground ourselves in reality, because what I am is a realist, okay? So yes, it's close, but it's not 100%. Like it's very close, but it just isn't. And the main reason that I bring this up isn't because people just want to, like, I feel like people, it's like a self-protection device or something like that. It's like people want to pretend that something is not the way that it is when it really is that way, right? Okay. This is the main reason I'm even bringing this up, because this is the thing that I really disagree with, and I have to say. Anyone giving people advice about how to play and which Pokemon to pick, y'all are wrong, and here's why. Stop telling people how to be happy. I hate to break it to everybody, but playing this game, one of the biggest reasons, in my opinion, that people play this game is to be happy. I know I do. It brings me happiness. It brings me joy. I enjoyed this game. And a lot of you have said that you started playing because of me, because I liked it. The Pokemon that you pick to, first of all, I just have to say, this is just a game, okay? Who cares what Pokemon they pick? It's just a game. It isn't real. It's just, it's a way to make you happy by spending your time doing what you want. There's other ways to do that. Anyways, my point here is this, okay? The point is, the reason that I bring this up and I say, why are other people telling other Pokemon Go players which Pokemon to pick and don't pick an almost shundo and make it a shundo, is because do what makes you happy. I think this game is simply about one thing, being happy by playing it. And I think it's wild that some people are telling other people how to be happy in the game. That's what you're in effect doing. Maybe people didn't realize what they were doing. They were just giving advice. I'm sure they came from a good place, but I just disagree with their opinions. And this is just simply mine. It's not a fact, but I'm 100 on this. You should pick the Pokemon if you purchase it. Hey, you paid for it. If you paid the $20, pick any Pokemon you want. If you want to pick a Eevee from 2020 that is shiny and you want to make a shundo and it has 0 IVs, you work on that Eevee or whatever Pokemon you want. If you want to whatever Pokemon you want to pick is right for you. And that's all I had to say. All right. Those are just my thoughts. It's amazing how people are just telling people don't be happy. Like, I think that some people just don't view it that way. Like, you're actually telling a person not to be happy in the game. Like, don't tell them what Pokemon to pick. Let them pick it. You can give suggestions. Obviously, it's just entertainment. You can give suggestions about what you think they should power up, which I think those videos are helpful. But to actually say, do not power up these Pokemon is just, why not? Maybe this is what this person wants. Do what makes you happy in the game, and you will continue to be happy. I promise you that in the game. All right, I want to thank you all so very much for watching today. Thanks for listening to me rant. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed today's video, check out some other videos that are popping up here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for spending some of your time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.